Medicaid, the most misunderstood program in the federal government. Now, what if I was to tell you that the single thing you really think you know about Medicaid is wrong, completely wrong? Picture this. A person sitting in a basement, no job. They have a remote in their hand, and they're taking advantage of federal monies to live. Lazy. Now, listen to this. Nearly 70% of all non-disabled adults on Medicaid already clock in full or part-time. Now, that's not a rounding error, my friends. That's what the majority of information tells us about Medicaid recipients. Now, let's cut through all this noise and propaganda from the right-wing haters of poor people. Yeah, the right-wing haters of anybody poor. And today you're going to learn the truth about Medicaid. Hi, I'm David Tomsic. Now, as usual, today I'm going to get my information from reliable sources. No fake news, no propaganda, reliable sources, as I always do. Those three sources today are the Kaiser Family Foundation, the Office of Budget and Management, and from Medicaid's very own data and website, the ones they publish for everyone to see. So let's get started. Medicaid. Number one, let's meet the workers behind the Medicaid card. 68% of non-disabled adult enrollees are working. Add in people with disabilities who still hold a job, it's another 37%. And you're staring at a program that props up the labor force, not replaces it. The categories of these people are cashiers, home health care, retail, food prep. These are the people that wait on you, that serve your food, that bathe your parents, that hold America together, that hold the retail world together. Jobs many people don't want. The catch is only 1 in 4 of these positions offers health care. When wages hover near $15 an hour, a silver plan with a $5,000 deductible is mathematically impossible for these people to afford. Medicaid fills the gap, keeping turnover rates low and helping millions of small businesses avoid dropping coverage they can't afford. It's about workforce stability. Number two, so where does the money for Medicaid really come from? Most people don't have a clue. So it's time for a wallet talk. Medicaid isn't just a charity, it's a matching deal. For every dollar a state spends, Washington kicks in an average of 2. In the poorest regions, the federal share climbs to 83%. Guess where the poorest regions are in the United States? It might surprise you that they're in red states. Just a fact, and just a tip for you to go research for yourself. Now, translation here is a state puts up 17 cents and gets $1 in health care in return. Critics call Medicaid a budget buster. They do. Yet it accounts for 15.1% of state-generated revenue last year, basically the same slice as transportation. Meanwhile, the program generated an estimated 3.2 million healthcare sector jobs, payrolls circling right back into local tax receipts. States that expanded coverage under the ACA, the American Care Act, Obamacare, saw rural hospitals stay open at 40% higher rates. So the next time someone tells you that Medicaid is a fiscal black hole, tell them this. It's more like a fiscal flywheel. Pump money in, jobs and tax revenue spin out. Number three, Medicaid is not just for the poor, and it's done that way on purpose. Here's another myth. Medicaid grabs anyone under the poverty line. Reality check. Eligibility is Swiss cheese complicated. In non-expansion states, a childless adult at 90% of the federal income poverty guidelines earns too much. Meanwhile, a parent in Texas qualifies only if income sits below 17% of the federal poverty line, about $300 a month for a family of 3. Meanwhile, a blind beneficiary in Minnesota can hold up to $8,799 in countable assets and still receive full funding. Age, disability, pregnancy, foster care status. Every category carries its own match. The result, Medicaid covers 38% of all kids, half of all births, 62% of nursing home residents, and nearly 11 million people with disabilities. Calling it welfare for the poor misses half the zip codes in America. It's social insurance stitched together with 50 different state quilts, each with its own patchwork of holes. If you've never hit one, count yourself lucky. They're deep. Number 4, Medicaid versus private insurance. Who pays more? Whose coverage is better? I think it's a very important point, don't you think? Let's run an experiment here. Take a 29-year-old woman with diabetes plus asthma. A benchmark private plan lists a $300 a month premium, $4,000 deductible, and caps on specialty drugs at 40% coinsurance. Insulin with coinsurance runs $140 per vial. She needs 4 vials a month. That's $560 just to stay out of the ER, and that's before a rent payment. Medicaid, zero premium, $4 copay for brand name drugs, durable medical equipment at no cost. Same doctor network, stricter visit limits, but no surprise bills. Studies by JAMA found diabetic Medicaid patients had 31% fewer high-cost hospitalizations than their privately insured counterparts because cost wasn't a barrier to routine checkups. Translation? I'll give it to you. Medicaid isn't just an equivalent coverage. In many cases, it's better. That's why 15% of Fortune 500 employers still enroll their kids in Medicaid or CHIP, even when a workplace plan is offered. It's the math, not the morals. Let's take a break here. If you enjoy our content here at the David Tomsic Report, please like, subscribe, and share our video. Hit the bell icon so you can receive notifications of when we release a new video. Thank you. Let's get back to the program. Number 5, work requirements, the paper trap. Everybody loves people to report to make sure they're doing the right thing. But sometimes this just doesn't work. Let's listen to this. Arkansas rolled out a work reporting rule in 2018. Within 7 months, 18,000 people lost coverage. Yet unemployment didn't budge. The reason? Online portals timed out, fax machines ate forms, and eviction notices took priority over logging hours. Indiana's version cost the state $17 million in administration fees and shifted fewer than 150 people into stable employment. Georgia proposed an 80-hour monthly documentation. 80 hours. They later admitted 85% of those targeted already met the requirements, but couldn't prove it. Now, courts repeatedly struck down these rules, but many states continue to try to put them in place. Many of them are red states. And of course, it's costing their taxpayers millions of dollars to do so. When coverage lapses, preventable conditions explode into pricey emergencies that hospitals swallow, then pass along to everyone through higher commercial premiums. The CBO estimates that every dollar saved by booting someone off Medicaid costs $1.42 in uncompensated care elsewhere. That's not fiscal responsibility. That's a shell game without stethoscopes. So in conclusion, where does this leave us? Many of Medicaid's detractors are telling us that Medicaid is nothing more than a hammock for the lazy, for the idle. But that's not true. The numbers don't prove that. In fact, most people that are on Medicaid work. And of course, don't forget that the program's dollars come with a 2-to-1 federal match that makes state accountants smile. It covers more than poverty. It underwrites half of American childbirths and keeps rural hospitals breathing. And compared to many private plans, it offers far broader benefits at far lower out-of-pocket costs. And when policymakers try to weaponize paperwork under work requirements, coverage collapses, but employment barely moves. It doesn't actually move. Providing the rule was never about work. Medicaid isn't perfect. Provider networks are thin. State budgets feel the squeeze. And eligibility rules need a graduate degree to decode. Yet the data prove that Medicaid holds the healthcare system together. Medicaid returns healthier workers, steadier family finances, and local jobs that recycle tax dollars. So next time someone drops the lazy Medicaid recipient in your lap, let them know that 70% of all Medicaid recipients work. Ideology is being used against this program. This program holds our healthcare system together. It lowers costs, like the American Care Act does. Even though these programs are not perfect, they're needed. They need to be funded because they help everybody. They help everybody top down. Under the big, beautiful bill, many hospitals will close under Donald Trump. It's time to make a stand. Everybody should know that behind that Medicaid card is a friend, a family member, a parent, someone you know, and it may even be you that needs this program. I'm glad you joined me today. I hope we straightened out some of the facts around Medicaid. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos with as many of your friends and neighbors as you can. Beyond that, remember to love your neighbor as yourself. And I'll see you next time right here on the David Tomsic Report.